Okay, let's talk about how we are going to do our fish prints here in the art room. Every table's got some trays of some different kinds of fish, so pick the fish that you want, and if somebody else is using it, then you'll need to wait. The first thing that we're doing, and I've already done it to this fish, is you're applying a light coat of the black paint. Now that paint is acrylic paint. It is kind of paint that does not wash out of clothes, so you want to be a little extra careful. It only takes a thin coating. If you put too much paint on your fish, then you're going to print the blobs of paint and not the fish itself. We're doing our painting right here on our tray. That way when we're done, we've got a little trick so we don't get the mess everywhere. If I am done painting, I'm just going to put my paintbrush down in the tray. The paint is still there on the tray. Now if I print right here from this tray, all of this extra paint that's on the tray is going to get on my print. So instead, I'm going to really carefully pick up my fish and transfer it to the messy mat. The messy mat, I know it's a little weird, it's actually clean and dry right now, so it should be just fine. Watch out if you got any paint on your fingers. We don't want to transfer that onto the nice clean fabric. If I just rub it a little bit, it dries, and now, I can touch things, and that won't get on them. We're going to be working with fabric today. You're going to want to use your fabric so that you've got two hands holding it. I'm holding my camera, so I can't quite do that. But we want to pay attention to how you're putting your fabric down on your fish, because if it touches your fish and it starts to print, we can't really move it down. So mine's probably on there a little crooked because I had to work one-handed. You use two hands and really get it on there nice and centered. And then we're just going to begin pressing and rubbing and patting on our fish. And the more we press and the rub, the more that our fish is going to transfer. You might see some paint coming through the fabric. That's okay. It's not a problem if it doesn't. It just means those areas have a lot of extra paint, so it's really coming through. If you feel a little low area or a really detailed spot, you might want to kind of press it a little more with your finger. I want to make sure I'm getting this fish. It has teeth. See his teeth coming through there. Might not come through the fabric though. That's okay. Just mostly make sure you've pressed and rubbed everywhere. And while you're pressing and rubbing, do it in a way that the fabric's not moving. If it keeps sliding around on your fish, you're not going to have a very good print. You're going to get like multiple prints. And when you think you've got everything, if you very gently start to peel it up, if it looks like you missed something, like I kind of missed a spot right there, I can lay it down as long as it hasn't moved. I can kind of press it a little more in that area and see if I can get a little more detail. There we go. Now it's filled in, okay? You don't want to get everything printing because part of what happens is the high places of the fish print the details and the low places don't, and then you can kind of see the fish's scales. So that's a really nice print. If I'm not happy with something on my print, I can always take a black pencil and I can come back in and kind of cheat and fill in a few missing details. Maybe I didn't quite get this tooth here the way I want. I could add that detail. And then when you're all finished, you're going to write your name in this bottom corner. And if you just kind of hold the fabric still, you should be able to write on it. Oops, there it is. You should be able to write on it with a regular pencil. A little easier to do when you're not holding a camera. So write your name, bottom corner. That way we can hide it later if we want to. Your name and the art day that today is. And then that piece is finished. It needs to go onto the drying rack. If you have it on a messy mat, it makes it really easy to just slide it into that drying rack. And then your fish goes back on the tray and it's ready for the next person. All right, that's it. Happy printing.